Hey folks, let's look at a little buckshot. Here we have some Hornady Varmint Express loads. This is a 2 3/4 inch 12 gauge load. It has 24 pellets of number 4 buck in them, and according to the box, they're moving at 1,350 feet per second. We'll be shooting a 3-shot group today, which will be a total of 72 pellets at a 12-inch bullseye target at 30 yards. We'll be shooting it out of this Browning pump shotgun. It has a 26-inch barrel, and it has a Kicks 660 choke on it. Of course, it's a 3-inch chamber gun, but these are 2 3/4 inch shells, but that's okay. I've got to say that I'm not a big fan of 24 pellet number 4 buckshot loads. I prefer the 27 pellet loads, but we're going to give them a chance. So here we have the shell breakdown for the Hornady Varmint Express number 4 buckshot. This is a 2 3/4 inch 12 gauge load. It says it has 24 pellets of number 4 buckshot. What we actually find is 24 pellets of 23 caliber lead projectiles, not 24 like a true number 4 would be. This is a lightweight pellet as well. The pellets are weighing between 15 and 18 grains each. They have a lead hardness of between 11 and 13, which means it's some sort of lead tin alloy, but they're not the most consistent of buckshot that we've seen. We have no buffer, of course, and we knew we were going to have no buffer when we opened the box because this is what we found. The crimps on them are not the best. We have Hornady's version of a flight control wad. The shot is completely within the cup. The powder is under here in this chamber right here, this area, this void. And when the gun goes off, these wings open up, pushing the wad out the barrel. When the wad exits the barrel, these wings here open up and separate the wad from the shot. They're usually very good patterners. Now, because of the way this thing is made, when I pulled this wad out, it sucked the powder out. So that's all we have left of the powder. The rest of it's on the porch. It is this type of powder. We can see that. Of course, we don't have the whole charge, so wouldn't matter. We don't need to weigh it anyway because we don't know what the type of powder it is. Now, from the little bit of handling I did with these, look at the shell here. Let's look at the headstand first because that's all right. Hornady 12 gauge. We can see that. But that little bit of handling I did, pulling that wad out, wiped the writing right off the shell. There's no writing left on this shell. So out of the box, we have what looks like would be good writing. Number 4 buck. It gives us there 70 millimeters, which is 2 3/4 inch. On the side there, and there's a 2 3/4 inch there. 12 gauge, Varmint Express. That looks good, but that ink does not last. These definitely need to be kept in the box in your hunting bag or your hunting coat or whatever. You wouldn't want to carry these around in your pocket because in just a few minutes you wouldn't know what they were. All right, so here's the box. I like the box. We got Hornady 10 shot shells, Varmint Express. We got coyote fur on the box there. It shows us that they're what they call their versatile wad, which is basically a flight control. We have all the prudent specifications on the front here. 1,300 feet per second, number 4 buckshot, 24 pellets, 2 3/4 inch, 12 gauge. Same on the face here. So we can store it on a shelf or we can store it in a box and we can still see what we have here. And the sides, unlike most ammo companies, we don't have a bunch of legalese on all the sides. On the bottom, we ain't got nothing but the barcode. We got one side of legalese. That's it. So, I gotta say, I really like Hornady's rifle bullets. I use a lot of Hornady rifle bullets, but their shot shells have never impressed me. But let's take these Varmint Express down to the range and see how they pattern. All right, so here we have our Browning pump shotgun that we're going to shoot these Hornady Varmint Express loads out of. We have a 26-inch barrel on this 3-inch chamber 12 gauge with a Kicks 660 choke on it. So let's shoot a 3-shot group here In between each shot, we're going to sticker them so we can see each individual shot. And then we're going to look at the total pattern overall at the end. So let's get to shooting. All right, here we go. Shot number 1 with the Hornadays. I don't see a whole one down there. Maybe I do. Not an 8-inch circle though. This ain't good. All right, so I forgot that these Hornadays have their version of the flight control wad, and I shot it through that 660 choke, and I could see it strip the wad off the shot. The wad went off that way like that. So we've switched shotguns. So we've switched chokes. This is my Winchester 1300. It's a 3-inch chambered 12 gauge. It has a 28-inch barrel. And on the end there, we have the factory wind choke, the full version. Now, the flight controls, they say to use a modified or less, but the difference between the full and the modified really is not that big of a deal. And the wide will slide into that full choke just fine. So it shouldn't strip it like it did with that 660. So now let's shoot a 3-shot group with these Hornadays out of this Winchester and see if we don't get a better performance than that last shot we shot with the Browning. I mean, we got a third of the load hit the target, but I believe it'll do better. That choke was just too tight. There are times when chokes can be too tight, and in this case, it was just too tight. It stripped the wad off. The wad didn't make it to down towards the target from 30 yards. It should have just about hit the target. But anyway, let's shoot a 3-shot group out of this Winchester with its factory full choke. Here we go. I saw the wad and hit the backboard. So now these things, we really are giving them a chance now. All right, so we're going to sticker this first one, and then we're going to shoot 2 more. All right, so we've recovered the wad from the Winchester shot. And this is the way the wad is supposed to look when it has been shot. It deployed correctly. It hit the backboard right near the target. So it flew straight, and it held onto the shot like it was supposed to. We didn't strip it off like we did with the Browning. So let's shoot 2 more times at this 30-yard target down here, and then we'll go look at the group. We've got more than twice the pellets on there with a more open choke out of this Winchester than we had with that Browning, that shot we took with the Browning. Here's our second Varmint Express. All right, we're going to sticker the second one. All right, so here's our third Hornady Varmint Express out of the Winchester. Let's shoot this and then go check out this target. All right, I saw the wad and hit it again, the backboard again. So it's been flying fine out of this Winchester. Let's go down there and check out this target. So here we have the target that we shot with the Hornady Varmint Express loads. If you remember, this is a 2 3/4-inch 12 gauge load. It has 24 pellets of number 4 buck in it, and they're moving at 1,350 feet per second. Now let's look at the target. Remember, we started to shoot this one with the Browning pump shotgun, but the choke was too tight. We saw that we were stripping the wad off the shot. We didn't have a very good pattern on the first shot with that one, so we switched to the Winchester. Let me show you the Browning target. So this is what we shot with the BPS. We only got 7 pellets on the target. We got less than a third of the load. And like I said, I saw the wad and strip off and go flying to the right when I pulled the trigger. So I knew that these could do better. So that's why I went and got the Winchester with the more open choke, because the choke was just too tight on the Browning. So with the Winchester, we shot 3 shots. That would be 72 total pellets that we shot down through here. We got 33% of those pellets in this 8-inch circle. We got 50% in this 12-inch circle. And we got 60% on the 12 by 12 or 1 square foot target. They performed nicely, very nicely. So in the 8-inch circle, representing the lung area of a whitetail deer, we have at least 5 pellets from each shot, or 6 actually. The first shot, we got 6 pellets in there. The second shot, we got 6 pellets in there. And the third shot, we got 10 pellets in the lung area. So I have no doubt that if we'd been shooting a deer, we would have gone down there and got it. No problems here. Definitely there isn't a coyote alive that could have took this load and went anywhere. So they're marketing these as varmint loads. They'll do what they say they'll do. And they'll take deer for you if you keep your shots within reason. Those flight control type wads, they're just good wads. They hold good tight patterns. And Hornady uses a wad very similar to Federal's flight control in these shells. So I'd have no problem using these for coyote hunting or even deer hunting in good tight country. So until next time, y'all stay safe in the deer woods, and God bless. There's smoke coming out up there. Oh, that's nice. Oh, that smells wonderful. Yeah, that's nice. Shotgun powder. That's good shotgun powder. Good buckshot powder. Oh, yeah. That's what dreams are made of right there.